on the table, not for the taking, you know?
It's kind of a nightmare that Expand has constantly relived over and over again. It's that inconsistency. So hopefully they get to clean it up before week number 2 because it's crunch time. You want to go to Jakarta, it's top 6, and top 6 now is heavily guarded. And guess what? Some of these teams in top 6, more than half of the teams in top 6 now have a chance to extend their lead even farther. And one of them is their home ground friends, Sem9, a team that has brought back the OG roster from 2021 and actually put up a massive performance. But look at this, saturation on that southwestern side of Bermuda.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, again, a lot of teams just deciding to jump up very early on to ensure that they get some early loot here because we do see some hot drops happening right now. Farang, as well as First Raiders, as well as Sem9 locking themselves in battle, and VGM maybe even getting into the mix as well with a couple of members making the way towards down the clock tower here. We see Fikri now trying his very best to surround this member of KOG here because his other teammates already moving up in front. Spade as well, just keeping an eye out for some of the members of First Raiders there, just kind of stay out of trouble as well. The wall just high enough to keep them out of danger there, and in fact he takes down the UAV as well, so no information is going to be betrayed here from Farang, the squad. And in fact, First Raiders' call has just been caught out on the outside by Van Tan, so you know, this is literally a 4-way battle now, actually becoming more of a 3-way given that Sem9 decides to cut their losses and pull out of that little engagement here, but that might land them straight into the arms of KOG.
Yeah, Farang is the only team right now that has the full squad together. Right? VGM pretty spread out, KOG as well, Sem9 taking on KOG as we speak. Newbie needs to win this one, but they're just running circles around him, and somehow it worked out. Newbie goes down, Zen is out of that area. And the interesting about Sem9, this is where I want to circle back to my lovely history-loving friend who's watching the broadcast. I mean, when they acquired the ex-Geekfam roster, it was Fikri, Raja, and Orin who joined the squad. Had a mediocre performance at the major. Orin no longer with the team after that. Left Sem9 right before the challenge stage of the SPS. You know, Raja and Fikri remained, and it brought back the original members, Newbie and Zen. And so far they've been doing well. Farang, Clock Towers, challenged by KOG, and it's only just JLX caught out and eliminated.
Yeah, they're just pretty much taking control of the clock tower. In the meantime, on the northern side, I think we're seeing First Raiders bumping into Evil's Divine as well as shots are being exchanged at Katulistiwa. Evils, in the meantime, will be using this opportunity now, a little bit of a reprieve here in order to try to gain control over this complex. And oh, King of Gamers getting caught on the outside. Kevin Osaka, they try to wrap around, but unfortunately get spotted out by Nigma Galaxy and been sent to the Shadow Round, the first team to be eliminated from the map.
And things have not gone well for KOG for the entirety of the group stage thus far. I think when we came into this, they are still at the bottom. I think they will remain there for another round at least. MDH is a team that is kind of the up and rising one. Slow day 1, day 2, ramped up the pace, and right now they are doing fairly fine, temporarily in top 6. In a very solid spot as well. If they keep this up, Jakarta is going to be a reality for them. They are gonna take it slow around Sentosa area. There's a revival point they needed. They have a vehicle, all the resources at the at the tip of their fingers.
And the thing is that they decide to exfil through the northern bridge of Sentosa. There's actually very little resistance because only Zen OP is there, but Cape Town does have a buy point, and I think Sem9 is trying to bank on that in order to try to bring themselves back into the fight, because Fikri is on literally the other side of the map right now, near Mars Electric, so they're completely spread out right now, and thankfully Zen OP brings his teammates back into the fold. Meantime though, Axis Esports have been very quiet so far, but given this next position that they are at the moment, they might get kept a little bit by VGM should they make their way towards that circle. So now it's just going to be the opportunity for them to get as much farm as they can before inevitably they'll have to bump against some of the other squads already in the safe zone.
Yeah, both Evils are going to be playing the last 2 rounds. Evils Phoenix and Evils Divine. Of course, Evils Phoenix, the contrary to what Evils Divine have shown, which is great rounds, Evils Phoenix have struggled the first 2 rounds that they played. It's going to be a pretty interesting round nonetheless. Last time we saw these guys clash, Evils Phoenix have a higher win rate over Evils Divine. We'll see if if that happens again, because Evo's Divine have spread out their numbers. Well, Evo's Phoenix has spread out their numbers. Because Evo's might just run into members of Sem9 who are playing this game really, really slow. But little do they know that Evo's Phoenix would be the challenger.
That's not going to bode well, I think, for Sem9's chances here, because remember, they had to kind of buy back the members just now, which means that they definitely are behind in farm compared to Evos, who had the, free rate to farm all around here. But Nigma Galaxy trying to get into the action as well. They spotted Fikri, who attempted to try to regroup the rest of his teammates. Now is going to be caught up a little bit with his car getting completely burnt up in flames, and now he's going to get knocked down from a distance. Caramel with the shots, and Dew actually was the one who got the kill onto Fikri.
We have seen so many crazy long-range shots today. It's unbelievable. Now Sem9, they have that revival point nearby them. The problem is they're in the blue zone. Secondly, I believe it was used, or they still have control of it, thankfully. Used to revive their teammates just now, so you can easily bring Fikri back. But Fikri, as he's parachuting, is going to quickly realize that, guys, there is a team right in front of us at Karathon. I am not well equipped, but we have to push through them nonetheless. There's not much time to do so, but right now, on our screens, it will be Farang against NGX. This is what the fight that Farang needs to win to keep NGX at bay. Stop tries to run through the firing squad. That doesn't really work out for him. He will be knocked down, but the rest of NGX are in this vicinity. Can Farang hold back the rest of Nigma Galaxy? Too bad it's the first one to go down. Genbao gets ambushed as well. NGX springs the trap. Dew playing from long range. This sniper is legendary for his team. Spade also falls. Jespu could not do anything, but NGX, they are quickly on his tail. Jespu spotted out by a parachuting member of Nigma Galaxy. He does not have much time left.
I mean, the thing is that NGX literally were positioned in such a way that he could have potentially just killed out his battle. They decided to just try to fight a one-on-one here together, and it looks like they are actually winning this fight against VGM because, oh no, they didn't quite, there was, they just weren't able to pull that off now that VGM was able to find a footing. So now, looks like it's going to be up to Farang to try to make their way back, NGX trying to make their way back into the circle. In the meantime, SES, Alphank were in a fight just now with VGM. They managed to take down two of the members, Bingsu and Vantan, but conversely have sustained casualties in the form of Ray and G'day, so it's now a 2v2 at this point. Meantime, Sem9 going to be kept a little bit by MDH, who has now made their way up using the vehicles from Sentosa. Now they're going to try to gatekeep Sem9 from being able to make their way to the safe zone.
And then he's just going to bolt out of there with his bike. Keep Sem9 in the running. They've been playing a very slow and passive game, but most importantly is they need points in any shape or form just so they could pull a hit, at least pull away from Expand. SCS, on the other hand, not in a good spot, as Heavy have found Jojo, and he is going to be put to rest, at least for now. 10 more teams remain on the map, 8.5 minutes in. Plenty of fishes to go around, but it seems like a lot of these teams have already made that aggressive moves, and it's very understandable because this circle is not a kind one. Evo's Phoenix have already made it in, and they will now get the luxury to potentially gatekeep Sem9. There's a
2-in-1 chance here of this becoming a water circle, though, because a huge part of the port is actually encompassing the western side of this circle. So if the circle does land there, we're looking at half of the body being taken up by that water. Thankfully, though, most of the circle now seems to be centered around the mill, and that's good news actually for both Ses Alphank as well as Heavy, because that circle lands right on top of them, and we can see Heavy already trying to gatekeep Evos as a result. Now, in the meantime, Evo's Phoenix, though, Moshi is trying his very best here to fight against what looks like Heavy on the other side of Sem9 on the other side of the aisle here. Heavy, in the meantime, are trying to gatekeep Evos, who are just finding themselves outside of the next circle here and actually not having the high ground compared to Heavy. So this is actually a perfect position now for the Vietnamese squad to actually put some hurt onto Evo's Divine.
Yeah, Evo's Phoenix are slowly taking out the members of Sem9. This is definitely bad news for Sem9, and Evo's Divine, on the other hand, will be gunned down one by one by Heavy. MDH now joins the fight, and guess what? They've run into an Evo squad, and that is going to be Evo's Phoenix of all teams. MDH getting punished left, right, and center. Evo's Phoenix getting a free kill. Sem9 still alive. They were able to slip away, and MDH was a recipient of elimination.
Yo, I thought they had, I mean, they probably thought they had easy pickings there in trying to third parties fight. They just probably didn't expect that it was Evil's Phoenix that would actually trying to bump into there. That just fresh off the victory onto Sem9 without taking any casualties whatsoever. So a little bit unfortunate there. In the meantime, unfortunate as well for Sem9 because their last member Zen OP had been spotted by Nigma Galaxy attempting to wander in their territory right now. Nigma Galaxy making their way to the southern side of the circle. In the meantime, VGM now fighting. He says, I'll find going to try to finish him off right there and down. Says I'll fight, taken out in 8th place.
And first Raiders, they hear all the commotion. They know that VGM are trying to recover, so they will not give them that space. And of course, first Raiders have the numbers advantage. They are slowly pushing in the nade. Oh, he stuck it in! Didn't go off. They at least didn't take out the members of VGM, but nonetheless, they are very low. Ban is already down, and Boyte will follow. First Raiders pounces for a kill.
It looked like they were just trying to go in for the heist and just pulled off the biggest heist of all by taking out a team there that was literally down. Heavy in the meantime continue to try to gatekeep. This time it's going to be Axis that's in their sights here and they're outside of the blue zone. Combine that with the damage just sending, getting from the blue zone there. That's definitely dead squad in the ground there thanks to Heavy. But then they're not quite out of the woods still. Team Heavy is because look at who's coming for them is Evo's Phoenix.
Evo's Phoenix on one side, Evo's Divine on the other. It's a crunch. Heavy decides to run into the circle, but unfortunately, a part of the circle is on that low ground. So they're gonna try and take point at the center, which is still an elevation for them. Maybe that's what they need. But they will have NGX shooting at them. This is going to be crunch time for Heavy. Can they hold on to this area? It's not easy with so much pincer. And Moshi has found the first victim. It's Budai. He is down. Evo's Phoenix going in for the push. Me now needs to hold on, but there are multiple angles to cover. The time turner and a couple of glue walls will be thrown out. But he is running out of glue walls himself. One more left. That one gets laid down. But as that was happening, his team is getting absolutely clobbered by Evo's Phoenix. And Me now doesn't have much more health to work with. 26 is the number, and it becomes 0 in an instant. Evo's Phoenix with 10 kills and they're still kicking.
See, like when you lose a high ground, chances are you're going to be losing the fights here. That's what Anakin learned the hard way. NGX now trying to bring the hurt onto Evos. They've taken out Evos Divine completely on the southern side. Now they're going to focus their attention on this other squad here. That's going to be first Raiders who are trying to make the way towards where they are at the point. But the problem is that they're literally downhill, literally at the edge of the blue zone. The throwables have a perfect spot there in order to get caught up. And you can see them literally just pouring all of the bullets, all of the lead straight towards their general direction, and it's hurting them very, very much. I think there's only one more member left. That's Souza, who's caught out behind a tree. Now he's not long for this world with the up shot, and that's the end of Team First Raiders.
The final two teams, what a stage to be set. These are the eternal rivals of the Thailand Free Fire League. Of course, it was NGX that beat Evo's Phoenix by a mile to qualify for the World Series, but it was Evo's Phoenix who won the recent championship.
Nice
now
shot.
we get that rematch. Evo's Phoenix already getting those shots in. Moshi getting stopped, and that is the first objective. Evo's Phoenix getting numbers advantage, getting control of the circle. NGX, they split up their forces. They need to catch Evo's Phoenix from multiple angles, but they don't have the numbers to do so. Evo's Phoenix going in for the push. Moshi is the first one to go. Good shot from Fugod, but he needs to do a bit more. Fugod needs to win this one. Jonah gets blasted by the Charge Buster. Already now is going to move on forward. NGX, they are slowly getting pincered. They are losing space, but they are winning in numbers. Not already. He's saving the team. The NGX, they are slowly dropping. Evo's Phoenix might be able to do this. They will now pincer the last member of NGX, and Evo's Phoenix will not be denied. They are back, and they're kicking a booyah for them, and a fourth one for this challenge group stage.
So that's already one down, one more to go. Can Evo's Phoenix continue to get another booyah again here to maintain their top spot here by the end of this weekend? I would say chances are looking pretty cloudy with a chance of rain.
Yeah, they did what E-Arena could not, which is to get monstrous amount of kills with a booyah, and they showed how it is as done to a T.